stop as I go. What I've done there is release the little joint that is attached inside here, very minor, spinning around. We're taught to not dance around the product too much, so try and keep your body straight to the meat and move the meat. Don't move yourself around with the, and trying to move like this. And I tell all my young guys to do that because it becomes a habit. Also too, sorry, something I should have told you guys straight up. The knife I'm using is a not a typical straight edge knife. See, it has a bit of a slant coming off the back. This is pretty common with the butcher's knife. I suggest you go out and buy one of these for $30. They're a lot cheaper than the chef's knife. They're probably more disposable than the chef's knives. But with this, you can. How often you're going to burn out a leg of lamb? This will keep you guys going.
That's right-handed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a right-handed one. No, they've stopped selling them since the apprentices have gone out. You know, there's less apprentices shopping for them these days. Sorry, what was I? The thing I wanted to tell you, and my boss always said to me, and I'd always giggle, like, you know, and there's always a joke on it, hold it tight. You cannot hold this tight enough, you know. And he goes, come on, you know, you should know, you're a teenager, hold it tight.
That doesn't diminish your age.
That sort of thing. that sort of thing. So there's two stances I tend to have. Try not to get this thing happen. That tends to be a sign of a butcher with a blunt knife because he's putting his finger up on the blade to give the blade a bit of a push. Anyway, I won't bog down on that. And also this action where you're going to stab someone, that sort of thing. So there's the straight out and the up, like so. So they're the two actions I'll probably do most often. So we're coming in here, and your ideal result is to try and get the meat off the bone and leaving it as one piece on this side. Now, as I'm peeling this out, this is the little part I was talking about before, is the hip joint coming out. Now I'm going to pass this around to you guys, and you can have a look at it. The girls might not touch it. If you're going to do this, you're going to have to touch the meat. This has come out of the hip joint there. You can all see that. That's come out of there. So this little piece is that little hook up there. It's the only thing that's going to catch you guys out. So
you normally do that in a normal leg if you're roasting it.
This is if you want to bone out the leg of lamb. Yeah, if you could do this, but what will happen?
Even with the bone.
If you took this bone out and left it like this, what's going to happen? And also what I've done, you might hear the term Frenching, and this is basically exposing any tendons off the ends of the bones. And what I wouldn't suggest this, because what's going to happen is your meat's going to ball up and it's going to. If you've ever bought half a leg of lamb off a butcher or half of a portion, this will happen every time you roast it. It will pull in, and it's because there's no tendons holding it together. So that tendon that we've released has now, released the meat away. Coming in from this side, I'm just going to take the Achilles tendon off. This normally would be attached. I'm just
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? We're getting rid of the tendons.
That depends. I think if you want your meat to, depends on, a lot of it's done for presentation. Yes, from the shank end, I think it does look nice when the meat pulls away from this bone, but I don't think you'd really want this bone sticking out of your roast as you displayed it on the table. If I was to, we would leave this bone in for boning purposes, but tonight we want to take the bone out, so this is one of the bones we have to remove, the first bone. Now there's only 2 bones left in the leg. Yeah. Femur, and I'm going to do some research on bones. The names. Okay, so where we are from here, I'm going to do, typically in my speedy environment of trying to get the products out, we would just slash this bone straight across, but I think for teaching purposes, I'm going to teach the right way as I was as an apprentice, and we're going to tunnel bone it, which is a challenge in itself. We would virtually first learn how to bone them out, but I think I'll probably bewildering you a little bit, but what I want to do is just teach the right way rather than just slashing the leg open. And for purposes of the fact that we're adding a stuffing to it, it won't open up. It'll be a piece with a pocket inside rather than an open leg.
You're just basically pulling the bone straight out.
What I'm going to do is release the tendon from this side and then spin it, and it's going to come out, that sort of thing. So I won't actually open this part of the leg. Where if we're going to do a butterfly leg in summertime, very popular, you just take it straight off, because we're going to, and I know just in the middle here there's a line you can see is the seam, and I know that if I come in on an angle to that bone to there, I'm going to separate the 2 seams, which is your patella, your round, and your top side, that sort of thing. So, but for today's purposes with the stuffing, I want to leave a pocket inside. So anyway, I won't bother you. I won't bother you now, it's fine. Just coming back off the shank here. Pulling it back past to about this joint. So I'm releasing it back up to around the joint. Tell me if I'm going too fast, and if there's any questions along the way, just ask. In here there's the kneecap, the collarbone. I do know the name of that one. And I want to release that and leave it still attached to the meat. Sorry, I'm trying to do something. See what I've done there? I've gone just a little bit too high. I should have went a little bit low. Now, to my defence, every animal's different, so you're going to have a little... Sure. And I've been playing the legs of land boys. I've got to get a bit more practice myself. Okay, so then coming across, I made a little slip in there too. This is we're all going to do this, trust me. Especially first goes. I've boned out 1,000 of these and I still make little slips.
Not tonight.
No, exactly. Right. Yeah, have respect for what you're doing. There I've just used the butt of the knife too, just to get into the, see what I'm starting to do there. I'm getting right down to the bone and releasing the membrane that comes around the outside of the bone, and this will be something that will be necessary to go right around. See, start to see back to where we were. I'll just go over what I've done. I've just released the tendons around this. So I'm working my way back over the joint. Now this is on this leg where we're going to take this part off. That's why I want to show you this one first. We'll take that off. And now, so we come back to the other side. And this is more of a typical bone shape, you know, like we all picture the bone with the two knobs on the end and the femur coming down. So I'm just spinning around, just sort of scratching the bone, if you know what I mean. And you know, you can't really wreck anything there. And